Hello and welcome. My name is Erin, and for today's yoga class, we will be focusing on the lower half of our body, so doing some stretches for our legs and our hips. Beside your mat, the only thing you might need is if you have any knee sensitivity, having a blanket or a cushion, and then also having a pillow or a bolster will come in handy as well. To get started, you can be in a cross-legged position like I am in, or if you want your legs out in front of you, either one is fine, so choose whichever is most comfortable for you. Sitting up nice and tall in our seat. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes, whichever one you're more comfortable with. And then bring one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly, and start to tune into your breath. Coming to a nice full inhale, breathing in through your nose, and a nice full exhale, breathing out through your nose. We'll do that 2 more times, filling up and letting go. 1 more time. Then softly blink your eyes open. Bring your hands to your legs, and we'll do some neck rolls. So bringing your left ear to your left shoulder, relaxing your right shoulder, and then slowly turn your chin towards your chest and roll all the way over to your right side, bringing your right ear to your right shoulder, and then slowly coming up through center. We'll do it 2 more times, same direction. Left ear, left shoulder, chin to chest. Slowly roll all the way over to your right, bringing your right ear to your right shoulder. Inhale, coming up through center. Last time. Left ear, left shoulder, chin to chest. Slowly roll your head all the way over to your right side. And then come up through center. Again, making sure you're sitting up nice and tall, like there's a string pulling from the top of your head all the way up, so really lengthening through your spine. We'll go the other way. So right ear, right shoulder, chin to chest. Slowly rotate all the way over. Inhale, brings you back through center. 2 more times. Right ear, right shoulder, chin to chest. Slowly roll all the way over. Come up through center. 1 more time. Right ear, right shoulder, chin to chest. Roll all the way over to your left side. Inhale brings you up through center. On your next inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, drop your left hand down and reach over to your left with your right arm. Feeling a nice stretch along your right side of your torso. Inhale brings you up through center. Exhale, reaching over to your right. Inhale, up through center. We'll do it 2 more times each way. Exhale as you reach over to your left side. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale as you reach over to your right side. Inhale, up through center. Exhale to your left. Inhale, up through center. Exhale to your right. Inhale, coming up through center, and then rotating, coming to a twist. So bringing your right hand to your left knee. Left hand comes behind you for support. As you exhale, rotate your body towards your left. Only going as far as it feels good for you. And slowly come through center, bringing your left hand to your right knee this time. Right hand comes behind you. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, rotate, coming into your right. And then on your next exhale, slowly unwinding, coming back through to center. We'll transition now, coming onto our knees, bringing our big toes together, bringing our hips towards our heels, walking our hands out in front of us, coming to child's pose, bringing your forehead all the way down, letting your torso rest between your legs, coming to your breath here. We'll take a few more breaths. And on your next inhale, slowly lift your head. Come on up to your tabletop position. So you have your knees right underneath your hips. You have your shoulders right over your wrist. You can have your toes tucked or untucked, whichever is more comfortable for you. We'll do a little stretch for our shoulders here. So on your next inhale, slowly bring your right arm up overhead. Exhale, bring it through between your left leg and left hand, coming all the way down onto your right side. Your legs stay where they are. Your left hand can stay in front of your face, or you can slowly walk your hands forward for a little bit of an added stretch here. Focus on your breath. And then if you had moved your hand forward, slowly bring your hand back in front of your face. Press firmly into your hand. On your inhale, come all the way up. Bring your arm up overhead and then slowly bring it back down. Coming back into your tabletop, we'll do the other side. This time, left hand comes up. Exhale between your right leg, right arm, slowly coming all the way down onto your left side. Keeping your legs where they are, and then either leaving your hand in front of your face or walking it forward for a little added stretch. Coming to your breath here. And then slowly, if you move your hand, bring it back in front of your face. Push into your hand on your next inhale. Lift yourself all the way up. Hands come up overhead. Coming to our cat-cows. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Coming first to our cow. Tipping your tailbone up. Dropping your belly down. Lifting your head and chest so they come forward. As you exhale, dropping your head. Bringing your belly button to your spine. Tucking your tailbone. Inhale, coming back through to your cat. Lifting your head, keeping your shoulders down away from your ears, tipping your tailbone up. Exhale, coming back through to your cat, tucking your tailbone, belly button to your spine, rounding through your back. Inhale, coming back through to your cow, dropping your belly, tipping your tailbone, lifting your head and your chest. One last time, exhale, coming through to your cat. And then inhale, come to tabletop, neutral spine. From here, we're going to leave our legs where they are. We're going to walk our hands out, coming to puppy pose. And then slowly lowering down and bringing your forehead down. You can untuck your toes here if that's more comfortable for you. Coming to your breath, making sure your neck is long. On your next inhale, slowly lift your head up. Coming up on to your hands, bringing your big toes together, and then slowly coming back to your child's pose. You can have your arms out in front of you, or you can bring your arms back behind you, whichever is more comfortable. Taking your time here, just warming up still. And then slowly bring your arms out in front of you. And then we're going to snake it forward, coming all the way down onto our bellies, coming to cobra pose, making sure you have your legs extended out, pointing your toes, pressing firmly into the tops of your feet. Your tailbone is tucked down toward your heels. Bring your elbows in toward your chest. Fingertips right underneath your shoulders. On your inhale, lift your head and chest up, just coming up just a little bit here, starting off in our cobra pose. On your next exhale, slowly lower back down. Inhale pushes you up, coming up to your tabletop position. From here, coming into balancing cat pose, making sure you engage your core muscles here. We're going to extend our right leg out with our toes tucked, and then making sure you're grounding through your right hand. We're going to lift our left hand up. Now maybe you stay here, or maybe you play with tapping your toes down, or you can also hold it with lifting your leg straight behind you. I like to flex my foot, so I'm pushing through my heel here, extending through my heel, or you can point your toes, whichever one feels better for you. Keep your core engaged. We'll be here for just a few more breaths. And then on your next exhale, slowly lower all the way back down, coming back to your neutral tabletop position. Now we'll do the other side. So extending your left leg out, tuck your toes, ground through your right palm as you lift your right hand up, making sure you have your core muscles engaged. You can lift your left leg, maybe play with touching your toes down. You can also point your foot or flex through your foot, whichever feels better for you. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way back down, coming back to your tabletop. Bring your toes together, hips come back, coming through to child's pose. Bringing your forehead all the way down, arms out in front of you or back behind you. Make sure your shoulders are down and away from your ears. Then on your next inhale, slowly lift up, come forward. Coming to a low lunge, bring your hands all the way over to your right and slowly bringing your left leg forward. Making sure you get your foot flat. Your back toes can be tucked or untucked. You can use your leg for support. Make your way all the way up. Push your hips forward. Right arm can come up overhead. You can still use your leg for support here or bring both arms up overhead. Make sure you have your shoulders down away from your ears. Continue breathing here. Then exhale, bring your hands down on the inside of your left leg. We're going to heel toe our foot over. Coming into a little stretch for our hips. You want to turn your foot out at a 45-degree angle. And then track your knee over your ankle. Coming into a variation of lizard or frog, whatever you want to call it. And then slowly bring your leg back and extend your leg out so your toes are tucked. Push back, so you're extending through your heel, pushing your heel towards the ground, feeling a nice stretch on the back side of your leg. And then as you inhale, slowly release, coming back to your tabletop position, and we'll do the other side. So bring your hands all the way over to your left. Slowly bringing your right leg around. Make sure you get your foot flat, tracking your knee over your ankle. You can use your leg for support. Come on up. Push your hips forward. You're always welcome to keep one hand on your leg for extra support, or you can bring both hands up overhead. Focus in on your breath. As you exhale, bring your hands down on the inside of your right leg. Heel toe your leg over to the edge of your mat, and then spinning on the heel of your foot, bringing your foot out at a 45-degree angle, and then track your knee over your ankle, coming to a stretch for our hips. You can untuck your back foot or have it tucked, whichever is more comfortable for you. You can play around with your range of motion here. Maybe you come a little bit more forward, or maybe you're keeping it back. You can come to stillness or movement, whatever is most comfortable for you. And then from here, slowly bring your leg back behind you, and then extend your right leg out, tuck your toes, push back, extending through your heel, feeling that nice stretch along the back side of your right leg. Next inhale brings you forward. Bring your right leg back in line with your left. Bring your big toes together. Bring your hips towards your heels, coming back to child's pose. Arms can be out in front of you or behind you, whichever one is more comfortable. Slowly bring your head all the way down. And then on your next inhale, look forward. Snake your way forward, coming all the way onto your belly and setting up for cobra pose. Elbows in, fingertips under your shoulders. Tailbone is tucked toward your heels, pressing firmly into the tops of your feet. On your next inhale, lift up. Maybe come up just a little bit higher this time. Shoulders are down and away from your ears. And then exhale, lower back down. Inhale pushes you up to your tabletop. We'll keep building on our sequence here. Hands come over to your right side. Slowly bring your left foot forward. Maybe you come up hands-free this time. Make sure you have your foot flat, your knee tracked over your ankle. Push your hips forward. Maybe you reach your arms back a little bit behind you. From here, we're going to rotate our hands open, or rotate our arms open, and exhale as we twist towards our left, bringing our arms out to a T. And then inhale, bring them back up overhead. We'll do it one more time. Exhale, rotate your arms open as you twist towards your left. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, bring your hands down. Heel toe your leg to the edge of your mat, and then spinning on the heel of your foot. Bring your foot out at a 45-degree angle. Track your knee over your ankle. Then again, you can play around with your range of motion here. And you're also welcome to tuck your toes, lift your leg, making this more of an active stretch here. Then from here, you can keep your leg lifted, or you can bring your leg down, whichever. We're going to round through our right hand, lifting our left hand straight forward and slowly bringing it back behind us. And then inhale, coming back. We'll do it one more time. Lift your left hand in front of you, and then slowly rotate it behind you. Slowly come back. Coming back to your tabletop position, and then extending your left leg behind you. Push back, have your toes tucked. Then inhale, brings you forward. Then we're going to bring our left leg out to the side, having our foot in line, keeping our toes forward, our foot is flat. Push back, Feeling a nice stretch along the inside seam of our leg here. Inhale brings us forward. Come back to our tabletop position, and then we'll do the other side. Bringing our hands all the way over to our left, bringing our right foot forward. Get your foot flat. Inhale brings you up. Again, you can always use your thigh for support. Push your hips forward. Maybe you reach back behind you here, lifting your head a little. And then coming forward and coming to our rotations. So bringing our arms out to a T as we rotate towards the left. Inhale brings us back through center. Do it one more time. Exhale as you rotate, bring your arms out to a T. Inhale, come back through center. Bring your hands down. Heel toe your foot all the way over to the edge of your mat, spinning on the heel of your foot, bringing your toes out to a 45-degree angle, and then tracking your knee over your ankle. Back foot can be down, or you can lift your knee, coming into a more active stretch. And then from here, with either your leg lifted or lowered, grounding through your left hand, bringing your right arm up in front of you, and then slowly reaching behind you, and then coming forward. Doing this one more time. Inhale, bring your arm up in front. Exhale as you reach it behind you, and then coming back forward, and then slowly bringing your leg back behind you, coming back to your tabletop, extending your left leg behind you, pushing back, stretching through your heel, feeling a nice stretch on the back side of your leg. And then slowly coming forward, bringing your leg out to the side this time, having it in line with your hip, toes are pointed forward. And then slowly pushing back, feeling a nice stretch along the inside seam of your right leg. Inhale brings us forward. Bring your leg back in line, big toes together, push your hips back. Hands can be in front of you or behind you, bringing your head all the way down to rest onto your mat. Taking a couple breaths here. Slowly coming up, making your way down onto your mat, making sure you grab your pillow or your bolster, coming all the way down onto your back, bringing your knees into your chest, making sure you keep your low back on the ground as you give your knees a hug. And then from here, coming into happy baby. So grabbing the outside of your heels and bending your knees. If you can't grab your feet, you can always grab your ankles. And then maybe you rock from side to side. And then slowly bringing your knees back towards your chest. And then extending out your left leg. And then positioning your pillow or your bolster so that you're grabbing hold of your right leg, and then slowly bringing it all the way over for it to rest on your pillow or your bolster. Coming to your breath here and trying to relax your right leg, your right hip. Continue breathing. We'll only be here for a few more breaths. And then slowly grab hold of your right leg, bring it back. Maybe you give it a little squeeze towards your chest, and then extend your leg all the way out. Move your pillow or your bolster all the way over to the other side. And then bringing your left leg in towards your chest, extending that leg up, and then slowly bringing your left leg over and then readjusting your pillow and your bolster to rest your left leg out to the side. Coming back to your breath. Relaxing your left leg, your left hip. Just a few more breaths here. And slowly grab hold of your left leg. Give it a little squeeze. Then extend your legs out just for a moment. And then bend your knees. Bring the soles of your feet onto your mat. Coming to bridge pose. Making sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips. And then setting yourself up for bridge pose. So maybe you tuck your shoulders back and down. You can use your arms and your hands for support. So you can either bend at your elbows and use that for support, or just have your hands flat on the floor. On your next inhale, we're going to push our hips up. So press firmly into your feet. As you inhale, lift your hips up. Coming to your breath here. And then on your next exhale, slowly coming all the way down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, push your hips up. Remember to keep breathing. And then on your next exhale, slowly lower back down. Do it 1 more time. Pushing through your feet. Inhale, lift your hips up. And then on your next exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Making sure you move your bolster or pillow out of the way. And extending your legs out, we're going to come into a twist. From here, we'll bring our left leg in towards our chest. Extend your left arm out to a T. And then using your right hand, slowly bring your left leg across your body. Maybe your foot comes onto the ground, maybe it doesn't. And you really want to push into your right leg and pushing your left shoulder down as you press your left hip away from your left shoulder. And then finally, you can slowly rotate your head all the way over to your left side, only if that feels good for a little added stretch. focusing on your breathing. And then if you had turned your head, slowly move your head back to a neutral position. And then slowly bring your leg back over and then extend your leg out. We'll pause for just a moment and then we'll come to the other side. So bringing your right leg in towards your chest, using your left hand, slowly bringing your right leg over and across your body, bringing your right arm out to a T. Again, you're pushing your right shoulder down, and as you press your right hip away from your right shoulder, press into your left leg, and then if it feels good, slowly rotate your head towards your right. Make sure you're breathing here, you're not holding your breath. And then slowly start to unwind, bringing your leg all the way to extend it with your left leg. Coming out of your twist. And then we'll make our way up. So either you can rock forward or turn to one side and come up. Coming to a wide leg forward fold. Flexing through your feet so your toes are pointed up towards the ceiling, making sure you're sitting up on your sit bones. So again, you're nice and elongated. From here, bring your arms up and then exhale, hinging from your hips, come forward. No rounding through your spine though. Nice and elongated here, a long back. And then just come forward as much as it feels good while maintaining a strong back, no rounding. Shoulders are back and down, away from your ears. Coming to your breath. Then on your next inhale, slowly walk your hands forward. Grab the outside of your legs. Bring your legs together. And then we'll just come to a forward fold, but a lazy forward fold. So just let your legs flop and then just flop forward, letting your head hang. And then from here, on your next inhale, slowly roll up and then come all the way down on your mat for our final pose in Shavasana. So extend your legs out, bring your palms. So your palms are facing up, shoulders are back and down, away from your ears. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes, whichever one you're more comfortable with. And then relax the muscles in your face. Relax your forehead. Relax your jaw. And I'll give you a few minutes here. I'm going to go quiet. I'll come and get you when the time is ready. start to take a deeper breath in. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe you take an overhead stretch, bring your arms up overhead. But slowly bringing your knees towards your chest, rolling all the way over to your right side. Making your way up to a seated position. Bringing your hands together in the center of your chest. Thank you for your practice today. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you again.